Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing my top 11 must-have items for first-time moms, so you will not want to miss this. Stay tuned. Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah from The Charming Detroiter. Today I'm going to be sharing my top 11 must-have items for first-time moms. When I was pregnant with my daughter and putting together her gift registry list for the shower, it was very confusing, a very long, time-consuming process. There are just so many baby products out there. Any other moms out there know exactly what I'm talking about. There is just so much to choose from, and it's very difficult to make a decision when this is your first pregnancy and you're really not sure, what do I actually need and what do I not need? So today I'm going to share with you 11 things that I definitely think were totally worth it. Some of these might be like a little bit controversial, but these are once again my opinions. I think it's so helpful to be able to watch videos like this online so that you can get a first-hand account of somebody else's use of the product before you decide to purchase it or decide to put it on your registry. This can help you make a decision about whether or not you think that an item is going to be a good fit for your life and for your child's life. Before we get into the video, make sure that you hit the big red subscribe button below, click the notification bell next to it so that you don't miss any of my new videos. And also make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up below if you liked it. That really helps me out. Without any further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first item that I highly recommend is that you make sure that you have enough comfortable clothes for you and your postpartum body. So being in the medical field, I definitely know that your body does not go back to its pre-pregnancy, weight and size and shape immediately upon giving birth. But you still, as a pregnant woman, I feel like have those thoughts that things are gonna go back to a little bit of a sense of normalcy after you give birth. But this takes a while. So you really have to make sure, especially at the hospital before you're discharged and also in those first few weeks postpartum, that you really have a set of clothes that are comfortable and that you are going to feel good in and that are going to fit you. So for some of you, and myself included, this included actually some of my maternity wear. Specifically, I had picked up a couple pairs of Zella live-in leggings in the maternity size. And so these I absolutely loved, and I lived in them throughout my pregnancy. And I actually continued to wear them for several weeks, if not several months afterwards. They have sort of like the belly band kind of waist thing. So I've always felt really secure wearing them, which was really helpful. And then of course, Zella is a great brand of leggings. So I always recommend their live-in leggings, either maternity or non-maternity. Okay, so the next two items that I would highly recommend for you guys are revolving around feeding. So the first thing is the Baby Brezza formula maker. So when our daughter was first born, we did do breastfeeding and we ended up having to supplement with formula. And eventually then we switched over to formula. This is of course a personal choice and decision for every family. And so I am not here to preach or tell you my opinion or tell you what you should do or anything like that. That is totally up to you and your family. However, if you do decide to supplement with formula or to just primarily use formula, the Baby Brezza formula maker is a godsend. So when we first started supplementing, we were using the liquid Enfamo bottles, and that stuff adds up quickly, let me tell you. It's already pre-mixed and everything, which makes it super easy. And I would highly actually recommend it for early on when baby is still feeding multiple times during the night. It's easy kind of just to pop a bottle open and pour it and go. However, over time, especially when she started to sleep through the night, which was amazing and happened kind of earlier on than I had expected, the Baby Brezza formula maker was really great to have then because the powder formula is much more affordable than the pre-mixed. And of course, one of the downsides of using powder formula is that you have to make sure that you are measuring and adding enough water correctly so that they are getting the correct amount of nutrients and a volume. However, the Baby Brezza formula maker takes that totally out of the picture. So basically there's different settings, and so depending on what type of formula you purchase, it will know how much of the powder it needs to put in a bottle for each ounce, and then also how much water to put in that bottle. You can actually set the temperature to be either room temperature or a warmer temperature, pretty much body temperature, and it's amazing. Sophie loves it. She hears the machine go on and she knows that it is mealtime. So it's definitely worth it financially and also for the ease of use. Okay, so item number 3 is these burp cloth bibs. These are amazing. So these ones are specifically from Aiden and Honest. I'm sure there are other brands, but we have really fallen in love with the Aiden and Honest ones. I will link some of the ones we have below. So they're great because they are just like a regular bib material that you would normally use, and they really soak up the liquid, but they have these little snaps. So then you can put that around her neck. They come in a couple different styles, and I really like this style because it is like a cape. So basically, even if she turns her head and tries to spit up, it still stays on the bib, which is really nice. These are even the Harry Potter themed ones because, I couldn't not get the Harry Potter ones. Okay, I have one more item regarding feeding that I would recommend. And this one, I cannot believe I am actually putting it in this video. That's right, people, it's the grass mat. and the matching tree. So this was one of those items that I steadfastly refused to put on the registry because I thought this is a waste of money. This is for sure something that they just try and get you to buy, acting like you absolutely have to have it when you have a baby, and you can just dry stuff on a regular old drying mat or on a kitchen towel. I was committed to never purchasing this item. And then you have a baby and you're washing bottles like every hour, every 2 hours, and you realize how much you really do need some method for drying them more quickly. So this mat actually works like really well. We ended up getting 2 of them, and I like to joke that it's my husband's indoor lawn that he has to take care of. But the really great selling point for me was also these little trees that kind of fit right on there. So these are perfect because you can hang the bottle lids and like the rims and everything on the top here, and then put the bottles and everything else down here. So yeah, my opinion of these grass mats has 100% changed. I actually would consider this a necessary item now. Take that for what you will. I'm sure some people will probably not find it useful still, but I will fully admit that I was wrong about this item before I had Sophie. All right, on to a few items for sleep, which is really great when babies do it. These are the Halo sleep sacks, and these were really a game changer in helping her to sleep through the night. And they're really great because they're quite versatile. So first of all, they come in a couple of different fabrics. And so we had some thicker ones for when she was younger because it was the winter time. And then we purchased some larger cotton ones for the spring and the summer. So these are great. So basically it's like a sleeveless little sleep sack. So you put them in here with both of their arms, and then you zip it up, and then you can swaddle them with this Velcro part around their body and their arms. I know there are a lot of different types of swaddles out there, and we had initially been using the kind of big blanket size swaddle where you kind of wrap them up like the hospitals, but kind of a larger size. And when we first started using these Halo ones, that was a huge game changer because she can't bust out of it as quickly or as easily as she could with the regular swaddle. So there are a lot of different swaddles available out there, so it's important that you find one that works for you and for your baby. However, I would highly recommend the Halo brand swaddles, and I'm going to link some of the ones that we purchased below. So the next item that I have regarding sleep that I find is very essential is some sort of white noise machine. And for this, we actually ended up using an Amazon Alexa Echo. So we already had an Echo in our room where she slept in her bassinet for the first 6 months. And there's also one in her nursery now where she can continue to hear the same white noise that she was hearing during the first 6 months. So there are a lot of different apps out there for Alexa for white noise sounds. We used an app called Womb Sounds, which was sort of like a whoosh whoosh. Alexa, open womb sounds. This was very helpful for developing a bedtime routine for her. Early on, we would have bath time, get her into her night diaper and her PJs, and then into her swaddle, and feed her a bottle, and then turn off all the lights and turn on womb sounds. And that was sort of her bedtime routine. That's what she's used to, and that's what kind of gets her into like sleep mode. I made it sound like she's a robot. So it's all about finding an app that is perfect for your baby, and there are a lot of them out there. So I will link the one that we used below. The last item regarding sleeping is actually probably controversial. I don't know why. I think it's a great item, is the soooooo. This is by the doctor who created the Happy Baby book, and they came up with this soooooo bassinet, and it's amazing. Don't get me wrong, it is very pricey, but I think it was worth every penny. It really helped her to kind of get into a good routine with sleeping, and it really helped mom and dad on those nights where we were just really struggling with how frequently she was waking up. So basically what it is a smart bassinet, and so it takes what's called the 5 S's, and it tries to use as many as it can to help baby fall asleep on their own. So the 5 S's are from Dr. Harvey Karp, I believe his name is, from his Happiest Baby book, and they are swaddle, side, shush, swing, and suck. And so these are all things that you can use to get your baby to sleep, and you can do them on your own, of course, but the soooooo incorporates a bunch of them into one sort of mechanism. So what it is it has a swaddle, so they're swaddled nice and snug in the soooooo, and it clips into the side of the bassinet on the inside. And then when you turn it on, it will have a white noise that will change based on the level that it's on. And then it will have also some motion, some rocking motion. So it incorporates swaddle, shush, and then swing. So there are 4 different levels to the soooooo, and so it will ramp up based on the noise and the movement that the baby is making inside the bassinet. When it gets to the top level, if the soooooo kind of senses that she's moving too much or there's too much noise being made and she might need our attention, it will turn off automatically. We have recently moved the soooooo into her room, and we are currently working on the weaning mode, it's called, where it's like less movement and less sound, trying to get her out of the bassinet and into her own crib. But we are making progress, and I think that the soooooo really helped her to learn those fundamentals of how to sleep well on her own when she was younger. The next thing is sort of like a sleeping thing, napping thing, also like a fun kind of like play thing. But Sophie really loved and continues to love her swing. So we were actually gifted this swing by my husband's brother, and it's basically a swing where it goes back and forth, or you can move it where it kind of goes front to back. There's a vibrating mechanism, and then there's also a sound white noise kind of mechanism. And she absolutely loves it. It's really helpful for lulling her to sleep when we want her to nap during the day. And the added bonus is that it has stars hanging from it, so she really loves loves to look at those. All right, so next up is a bobby chair. So we were gifted this by some friends who clearly knew what we would need for our baby better than we did, because we did not put this on our registry, but they sent it and she loved this. We still use it for her. So this is perfect for when we're hanging out on the sofa. So we can pop her into this. She can have a toy, suck on her thumb. We brought it with us on vacation. We can bring it up to our bedroom and put it on the bed while we're hanging out up there, and she can hang out with us. So it's a very well-liked product all around by the whole family. All right, you guys, only 2 items left. So my 10th recommended item is a portable white noise sound machine. So this one is great. I love this one because it has 5 different sounds, and it also has a vibrating mechanism on it, which is great. The biggest thing that I love about it is that it has these Velcro straps on the back so that you can take this off and then attach it to whatever you need. So we can attach it to the crib, we can attach it to her swing downstairs, we can also attach it to her car seat, most importantly. So we'll just slide these around the car seat handle and then you just Velcro it up. So my last recommendation is something that I was a little bit on the fence about initially, and I'm so happy that we did it. It is a subscription to Lovevery. There are a number of subscription boxes out there for sort of developmental toys for, you know, each age range of your baby as they grow older. But I really, really loved the Lovevery one. I think aesthetically it's very pleasing, in addition to having like so much information for what you can do for baby at different stages. Raising a baby is hard, and especially when you have anxiety like I do about like, am I doing all the right things for her? Like, it can be maddening sometimes, and we all have so many other things going on in our lives. So to be able to have a subscription service where they just send me in the mail a box every so often, and it has all of these different developmental toys that are appropriate for their current age. So for example, the most recent one we got was the 5 to 6 month old, the sensor play kit. So it includes a variety of toys for baby that are all appropriate for her age and developmental range. And then what I love most of all is that it comes with a book. So the book has all kinds of information that's super helpful for that age range. So they give you a sort of roadmap for how and when to use the different toys in the box. And then they give you information about your baby and what to be expecting in terms of motor development and vocal development throughout the time period that the box is for. And then they also have a section where it's like other things that baby might want to do, like turning on light switches. Is kind of funny because Sophie is all about turning on light switches right now. So if you have concerns about like what is developmentally appropriate for your baby and what you should be doing with them at each stage, getting a subscription box like this from Lovevery might be exactly what you need. I would highly recommend it. I really love getting the boxes. I think they're very useful, and Sophie's really liked all of the toys so far. So that's gonna do it for today's video. My 11 recommended items for a first-time mom. I know a couple of these items might be controversial. That grass mat comes to mind especially. But like I said before, this is my experience with these items, and so it's really important that you kind of take this at face value, kind of look at other YouTube videos and do your research on which items you think might be perfect for your family. So if you liked this video, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up below. Remember to hit the big red subscribe button and click the notification bell if you want to get notifications of all of my content. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye, friends.